Go ahead.
Welcome to rapvideo.com. We're here with Sean Paul, who just got finished ripping up the stage. How are you feeling right now?
I'm good. I'm a bit, I'm halfway pulling out. I'm doing my thing.
Now, you just kicked off the U.S. leg of your Trinity World Tour. Okay, and during this tour, you're teaming up with the Boys and Girls Clubs. How'd you get involved with that?
Boys and Girls Club was something that I was interested in because I think the youth is the future. To the kids, them, you are the future, you know what I mean? Young world, just face it, like time short in our life, don't waste it, and a dream that you got, you could chase it. You know what I mean? I got a song that has those words in it. It's called Young World, and it soon come out. You know, there's so much organizations that you can't get in touch with when you are, when you have a voice, in terms of more than just your own voice. I have the voice of y'all, the media, and the voice of my songs going out there to the people, so I can actually utilize that to get in touch with people.
Now, your last album, Dirty Rock, sold over 6 million copies worldwide.
Thanks.
Okay, all right. And the Trinity is well on its way to make mega success. Okay, so how has your life changed now that you're no longer a dance hall artist, but an international star?
Well, I'm still a dancehall artist. I'm still a reggae soldier to me in my heart, and so now that I've crossed over into places and to crowds that accepting more and more music, I see myself as an ambassador. I see myself with a sense of responsibility, and so that's why I went back home to do the album with people who were the young cats in the business, who were people who can endure a lot more years. I think I'm looking towards the future of the business. Now, the last album and the first one, Stage 1 and Dirty Rock, those first two were featuring very established producers in Jamaica and a couple hip-hop producers and different people, R&B world and whatnot. But this album was totally featured on what was happening in Jamaica 2005, which is when I really did the album. So I'm just glad to be able to bring it in that respect and just blow the scene up on their level in terms of the 6 million listenership that I did get. I'm thankful that they're checking out the Trinity, the new kids that's producing, people like, Don Carleone, people like Jig Zagila, my brother, Renaissance Disco, Left Side, people like Blacks. They all on my album representing people like Lugaman, Smoothie Dan, Kid Corrupt from the Dirty Cup crew. Also people like, young lady Tammy Chin, a young diva from Jamaica, and Wayne Marshall. And these people have been proving themselves to myself, and just bridging the gap, you know what I mean? Making me feel reminiscent of 10 years ago for me, and making me feel good about me being in the business, doing it without no album support, no company support, and they inspired me. I was like, yo, this is what I want to show to the world. I don't want to show that I can work with the Neptunes, and I don't want to show that I can work with Scott Storch and those people, but they're very talented musicians. But I had the opportunity to work with them, but I want to show the people what's going on in the third world. So I give thanks, Trinity.
How has hip-hop influenced your style of dancehall?
Hip-hop was like a big voice to me. I think hip-hop music, dancehall music, things like reggaeton music, genres like that, they are generation gaps. I mean, if a kid grows up in the early 80s knowing what is hip-hop and knowing who is, these kids who is talking to him, telling them about, life, disappointments, their likes, their dislikes, all of that. It makes you be able to converse with what's going on in the young world. So by the time you get to like 84, you got some grandchildren, some grandchildren, you're gonna know what they are dealing with in Earth. You're gonna understand their rap, even though it might not sound like what you used to listen to in the early 80s or whenever it was you started to like enjoy rap music. It's the music that talks on behalf of the kids to the people.
You incorporate a lot of dance routines in your videos. Is that something you wanted to spotlight, or is that all the director?
That's just something that that's been embedded in me from growing up in Jamaica. Back in the days with music like ska music, which was in the 60s before reggae became reggae. We had a music called ska, it had a dance to it, and it was ska, 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 and you would do the dance. And that was my mom's and pop's music, and they would tell me about it, and it emulated right back into my time. I was very, very glad to meet Lil X, Lil X is a dude that he's from Trinidad, but he understands what's going on in the whole Caribbean scene, which is just a lot of dance routines, a lot of movement. Even if you don't do it every night or you're not doing it all the time, there's times where you might find yourself doing a one verse, doing the Dilla move at the time when it was popular. I find it so such an African thing, such a thing that empowers people, and especially ladies, because I find that a lot of people in the hip-hop industry, even you know, the rap music, reggaeton, dancehall, we use a lot of skin, you know what I'm saying? And skin is good. I'm not saying a lie. Skin is very good, but I mean, you really need to empower people, and so I'm coming on a different level. My first video, my big choreographer called Give Me the Light, my big choreographer called Tanisha Scott. She was out there in a hoodie with a white suit on, white pants on, and she was doing her thing, and she was showing us what she got underneath all those clothes. Lil X just